Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Enthador. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dwarf Fortress version 0.43, and we are the undersea fortress of Lostknowledge. And once again, we have come under attack by the goblin hordes. You can see them down there in the bottom left-hand corner. They just keep attacking. This is only, I believe, a season since the last time they attacked, and as a result, they keep merchants from appearing, and as a result, we are starving to death, unfortunately. If you look at this, you will see that we only have 316 drinks left and 107 other. We are completely out of all food items. We have tons of seeds. So I'm trying to rectify our situation by... I created 3 new farms down here in the first cavern layer. Now, if we get attacked by a forgotten beast or by any creature that lives in the caverns that is hostile, we are going to have a very bad day. But they're quickly trying to get food out here. So we really could have used some merchants. And unfortunately now with the goblins here, that is a pipe dream. So we're going to see what's going to happen in this episode. Also, you might notice that my voice is a little unusual. I am in the middle of a cold right now. So if I sneeze or cough or anything, I'm going to edit that out of the audio stream in post-production. But I just want you to be aware. I'm going to be very busy over the next couple weeks. So if I'm going to record content, I have to record content. That's just the choice that I have to make, even if I don't sound my best. So we have some new named dwarves that I'd like to introduce to everyone before we go and fight off these goblins or do whatever we need to do. That is Jappa, Loth, Morgan Gray, I guess, Morgan Gree, and Clued Burner. And we are going to go back, ladies and gentlemen, take a page out of our previous fortresses and do a dwarf profile. Just these 4. And the reason why is because the 7 that we created, even though we've done a few profiles on them, they have no family, they have no history. They just came to be when they founded Lostknowledge. So at least these 4 should have some kind of interesting tale to tell us. So let's take a look at who we're getting. 364. That is Hellborn Gummy Bear. Wow, that's a great name. I don't know why they didn't just keep that name. So that's Clued Burner. So hold on, actually let me put an X here saying they're all named. And Clued Burner is profiled. All right. So let's take a look at Clued here. No. Oh, right, we can't search because we don't have DF Hack anymore. Well, that certainly made dwarf profiles a little bit easier. That's okay. We'll find him eventually. There he is, Clued Burner. Clued Burner is unassigned and currently eating. Clued Burner, unfortunately, does not have any family. That's the whole reason why we chose him, but whatever. He does worship 2 gods, Id and Stagshill, and is on friendly terms with Bengal Hairy Basements. And this gets brought up every single time in the comments, so I allow my viewers to choose names that the dwarves can be named after, and it has been brought to my attention numerous times that this particular name is from another Let's Players Adventure Mode series. And I understand that. I did not name the dwarf after this person in honor of this other Let's Player. However, the viewer who chose this name most likely did. So, hopefully that answers everyone's questions. Alright, let's look at the thoughts and preferences of Clued here. The quest for knowledge never ends. That is the perfect attitude for someone who lives in Lostknowledge. Clued belongs here. In fact, Clued, I don't know if you have any skill whatsoever in book stuff, but I'm going to make you a scribe or a librarian just for that, because that's exactly what I'm looking for here. Within the last season, it's a female, sorry, was bored after being unable to practice a craft, enraptured after communing with Id, satisfied at work, euphoric due to inebriation. She was haunted by the dead, but didn't care about that. She was annoyed at the lack of chairs and irritated when hungry. So this is a dwarf, okay, that not only loves the quest for knowledge, but also is more bothered by not having a chair to sit on than being haunted by a ghost. Think about that for a second, okay? You're at your house, or wherever you live, it's nighttime, and you have two choices. One, you cannot have a chair to sit on, or two, you can be haunted by the dead. Which would you prefer? Apparently, Clued prefers the haunting. So she saw numerous things die, just like everyone else in our fortress. Like, just pages and pages of dead things. Holy moly. This is all death. I want you to realize, folks, this is all death. Okay, she was afraid after experiencing trauma. She was blissful dining in a fantastic dining room, and irritated eating at a crowded table. Again, doesn't want to eat at a crowded table. Ghosts, totally fine. She's a worshiper of Id and a dubious worshiper of Stag's Hill. Let's see, she arrived the 28th of Granite in the year 172, so just recently. She is 87 years old, born on the 24th of Slate in the year 85. She is tall, muscular, and fat. Her straight hair is somewhat greasy. Her very long hair is neatly combed. Her lips are thick. She has a scratchy voice, and her nose bridge is concave. Her teeth are gapped, and her ears are tall, but her eyebrows are extremely dense. Her dark peach skin is wrinkled, and her hair is mahogany with flecks of gray. Her eyes, amethyst. She is indefatigable and strong, but flimsy. Cluedburner likes calcite, lead, chrysoberyl, frill shark tooth, the color blue, helms, floodgates, sheep for their tendency to flock, the sound of the bewildering embraces, and the sight of the flower of euphoria. When possible, she prefers to consume rye beer. She absolutely detests mosquitoes. She has a great kinesthetic sense, a very good sense of empathy, and a feel for music. All right, well, that's Cluedburner. Welcome to the Fortress, Clued. I have to make a note that you are going to be a librarian. Gotta remember that. Okay, so who do we have outside today? Luckily for us, the goblins are not appearing right at our entrance, where they have appeared in the past. They're instead way down here in the southwest. So whoever this person is has a pretty good chance of surviving. And it is Tivek Nama. Nama? I'm trying to get into the fortress. Alright, so we're going to go to the military, and we are going to go to alerts, and we're going to set our civilians to danger, which should get Tivek back into the fortress. And along with Tivek, we have also Torvak, who's farming. By the way, I set every dwarf in the entire fortress, regardless of their profession, as able to farm, because it's so important for us to get some food here. This is Tristan Anvilhammer. Anybody else down there? No, we're good. Still the bodies of our previously fallen dwarves, though. It's kind of disrespectful, but we gotta survive. Alright, looks like everyone is through. So we are going to go ahead and... I don't know if I showed you guys, but this is our new bar stockpile, which feeds into... So we're going to allow bins in this one, but it feeds into the one here, which I have currently based on what type of bar it is. So that way we can have the best of both worlds. We can have compact storage, but also we can show specifically what bars we have available. I'm pretty proud of that arrangement, actually. Alright. Let's close down this gate, please. Do it now. Yeah, everyone should be okay. I don't see anyone else. Oh, shoot. Who do we have here? We have Garmet and Dunbeer. And Dunbeer has a goblin literally right on his tail, Stozy. So I think those two, unfortunately, are going to join the ranks of the dead. You know, while we're here, I want to find this werebeast that's supposedly drowned here. There we go. There we go. Ned. So somehow we were attacked by a human werebeast, and somehow they must have dodged or something into the ocean. They couldn't swim, and they sank to their death. But that is where that second werebeast came from. Alright. So these two dwarves, unfortunately, we're giving them up for dead. It's a bummer, but it is what it is. Actually, you better make it. Come on. Come on, you can do this. Unpause. Come on. Oh yeah, he's gonna make it. Why are you going so slowly? I mean, it's a good thing our dwarves take forever to pull levers. Okay, he's safe. So it looks like we just lost... Who did we just lose? There's so much going on right now because all the food is forbidden. Because the only food is just lying around. Alright, Dunbeer and Garmet are both unfortunately dead. There was no saving them, unfortunately. How close is the goblin? Oh, he's riding a beat dog. He's a cavalry goblin. What's he doing? Because if they killed... Well, that's dead awesome. Right. Ah, so that must be... Yeah, that's Dunbeer's corpse. Sorry, Dunbeer. I don't know where Garmet is. That's Nenton. We just have corpses lying around. We're not a very respectful fortress, but we're in an evil biome. We're trying to survive. Goblins are attacking every 5 minutes. Okay, the gate is closed. That is exceptional. So I think we're just gonna wall ourselves in. Unfortunately, I don't know what else to do. So we are now at the ground floor of our mega project. So I've currently given all, like I said, given all our dwarves farming orders. So they're not really taking out these stones. So we're not quite ready, but this is so funny because this is where we're going to be growing our food. So once that's done, hopefully we'll be in better shape. And I got to figure something else out here too, because this can't be a an up stair. This has to be an up-down stair as well, so that the water can drain out. But for right now, what I want to do is I want to go here and just make sure... No, okay, this is not in the burrow. So we're going to define the burrow. And we're going to add this. It's very important. But that also means we have to add the way down to it. So that's that. And if you'll recall, the reason why we didn't have this normally is because this is where Forgotten Beasts are going to spawn. But desperate times, desperate measures, right? Alright, this is already part of the burrow, it looks like. I love how just far it is before we get to the caves. Usually the first cavern layer is relatively close to the surface. But in this case, it was not. Alright, everything should be set up now. We should be good to go. Unless we get attacked, of course, by a Forgotten Beast, in which case, we're going to have a rough time. We're out of bolts. I'd let the goblins in if we had some bolts, or if our army was good, but while our melee troops are elite, they tend to get outnumbered quickly, right? There's already 100 invaders. Oh, by the way, in the comments, Airmanon asked about the leader, whether or not the leader of the Dungeon of Urging was a demon, same as the leader of the Mangy Spider. And there's a way to find that out. We go to Civilizations, which is C, and we can actually look at the goblins, the Dungeon of Urging, and we can find out that their master is Asno Gosteb. They export terror, and they offer vengeance. So, but I have no agreements. It doesn't say what Asno is. It sounds like a goblin name, though. But that doesn't necessarily mean... Let's see what it says for us. Okay, so it does give us a list of all of our nobles. Wow, O'Neill is a king and a ranger. That's cool. There's Fulgar Goresmash, Duchess of Sampillar and Blacksmith. Odom Libeshtitz, Duchess of Grizzlewinds and Clerk. Where's the rest of our... There's Krugsmash. Krugsmash, the Baroness of Town Umbral. Wait, what? Did Krugsmash get promoted to a leadership position in a fortress that isn't ours? What about... If Sandpillar's still here, then Forest Home should still be here too. Okay, so nothing here about Forest Home. That is very strange. But Krugsmash is, yeah. Let's look at the elves. Okay, so they have all these different positions. They have an acolyte, a diplomat, a princess, a queen, and a druid. And the humans have a war leader, who's also a farmer, and a lawgiver, who is a hammerman. That makes sense. So we don't really know. I'm sorry, Ermanon, we don't really know if the leader of the Mangy Spider, or the Dungeon of Urging, I'm sorry, is a demon or not. We will soon find out. Our dwarves are basically starving to death here, and we're not going to get any merchant support, unfortunately. Too many goblins for us to take on. Not good. Let's check out our farms here. So we have plots. What are these guys doing? Farming the plot. Alright, it takes a while for the food to actually grow. Yeah, you can see down at the bottom it says trying to give food, but there's no food available. Hopefully they're not trying to give food to a dwarf. Maybe it's just an animal. Of course, we can't even kill any animals because our butcher's workshop is up on the surface. Let's see. So let's just see here. Garmet was killed by a goblin hammerman who bashed him or her in the head with her silver warhammer. The goblin was a female, bruising the muscle, jamming the skull through the brain. And the beak dog was also attacking, so Garmet didn't have a chance, unfortunately. Dunbeer was attacked by a silver warhammer wielding goblin hammerman, which should be a hammer woman because it's also a female. Same exact situation. The beak dog knocked him on the ground, grabbed him, and the rider smashed their head in. That's unfortunate. Even more poor dead dwarves. Meanwhile, nothing's growing here. I don't know how long it takes. Hopefully not too long, because, as I said, everyone is starving. In fact... I was going to see here if we could eat the seeds. Let's see, change category. We could cook the seeds, theoretically, in the kitchen. I mean, I don't see why not. Let's cook all of the surface seeds. That's all we've got? Alright. So they all can be cooked. So let's see if we can actually cook them. Everyone's praying right now. The one thing about having a temple, unfortunately, is your dwarves stop working. Alright, let's prepare easy meals. I don't really care. I just wanted to cook something. Let's see what can... Hopefully the seeds will work. Look at... So you can see these little brown arrows facing downward. That means they're all very hungry. No one appears to be cooking anything yet. Huh. Come on, somebody. Somebody use the kitchen. Even the rabbit. The rabbit is starving here. Maybe they could eat its uncooked flesh. once it dies. I don't know. So it looks like no one is even attempting to cook. Oh, the kitchen's rendering fat. Why is it doing that? Oh, that's the other kitchen. Right. Let's also prepare an easy meal here. And what are you doing? You are brewing. Apparently we have something to brew. That's fantastic. Don't know what it is. Library needs some bookcases, but we're not quite there yet. I think staying alive is probably more important at this point. 40 idlers. Somebody, please. No one wants to cook, huh? Let's just take a quick look here at profession. Alright, we don't necessarily have a dedicated cook. But I think I do have people that are set for cooking. Do I not? Yeah. I have Ricardo Wolfsbane. I have no idea why. In fact, that's the only thing I have him set for. Well, wood burning too. That is so weird. Ricardo has no skill in cooking. I wonder if Ricardo just snuck through and never got set to unassigned. Because he has a very weird set of skills. Very particular set of skills. Alright, so who's actually good at cooking? Let's just go nothing. And let's go up here. And let's see. Okay, wow, we have someone who's 20 in cooking. That is Zarya. I don't know what Zarya is doing right now. But Zarya, you are now our cook. And that is all I want from you. And the lever pulling, I guess. Alright, so Zarya now should, if everything is going our way, should try to cook something. That would be great. Let's see if we can find Zarya. I'm gonna have to turn on DF hack again, but I'm so afraid of the crashes. You know, actually, you all can mention in the comments there, Zarya. I have a whole idea for another fortress after this one. But at the same time, I hear through the grapevine that a new version of Dwarf Fortress is going to be coming out relatively soon. So I'm just curious if, as a whole, the community would like me to continue with the Tales of Enthador and continue to create fortresses in the same world, or if they think it's time to hang up Enthador and create a new world, maybe use the Masterwork mod, maybe do something different. Like, I've been meaning to do a Succubus fortress, because you can do that now. There's just different things like that. So let me know in the comments what you think. Should we continue? Should we press on? Forge ahead, so to speak, with Enthador and have more fortresses in this world and keep building more and more history, even though the game seems to be getting a little squidgy. Although maybe that's just this particular fortress. Maybe if I close this fortress and start a new one, it'll be back from scratch. Who knows? Or should we perhaps think of something new? Let me know. Meanwhile, Zarya, let's go to you. Okay, Zarya is now going to render fat. Let's follow her, him. I'd rather you not render the fat, honestly. I'd rather you cook the seeds. Okay. Maybe she's going now to pick up some seeds. I would love that. Let's see. Yep, looks like she has a seed in her hands. That's quite a trek, though. It's going to take her some time to cook numerous seeds. But at least something is being cooked. Alright, so we have something here. What is it? Let's pause for a second. And let's do V. She's eating. So she does have in her hands strawberry seeds, biscuits. Okay, wonderful. So we have found a solution. We are now going to cook seeds, assuming Zarya doesn't eat them all. Although I guess it makes sense to have the cook eat first so that the cook doesn't drop dead and can continue to cook for the rest of the dwarves. But okay, we have a solution. We are cooking seeds, although now she's stopped. She's done cooking seeds, and now she wants to eat them. So we have to go, and we have to give us some more cooks. Let's go. Who are you guys? Wuthart? You are the creator of the Punch of Odors, and you are, what is your... I want to know what your profession is. Where does it say that? Wuthart is currently meditating on silence, and Wuthart is our mason, so we can't have Wuthart do cooking, okay? But Half is unassigned. Now, I think if you recall from the last episode, Half actually is the spouse of someone who died. So certainly we want to give Half something to do to kind of ease the pain and help the fortress grow. So Half, you are now another cook. We're going to give you cooking and lever pulling. All right. Yeah, because, you know, we can't let Half dwell on the tragedy of the loss of her loved ones. We have to give her a purpose, and the purpose can be saving the fortress. Who's this now? That's Gwendolyn. Phoenix. Wow, everyone's here. Everyone's at the kitchen. Did we produce more than one biscuit? No, there's nothing here in the kitchen. I wonder what they're all doing there. Looks like they're holding seeds or something. I don't know. Huh. Well, the more we can cook, the better, in my opinion. We now have 94 other. I think prepared meals is under other. How you make biscuits out of seeds, I don't know, but I'm glad that they can. And okay, we're just kind of sitting here, waiting for the crops to grow. We're still under siege, which means the goblins are still... Yep, there they are. I don't know why they're over here hanging out at the beach, but hopefully some of them will drown. That would be nice. There's some up here. Yeah, they're just running around. Being nuisances. All of our guys are sparring. That's good. Guys and gals in our military. We should take a look at them, actually. We haven't looked at our military in a while. With their beautiful copper floors. Looks nice. Alright, what does the... I keep forgetting what the yellow down arrow means. Tired. Tired and distracted. This is the Chamber of Death here. As you can see here, we do not have any bolts. We do have plenty of armor and weapons, although they're probably goblin weapons. Yeah, copper battle axe had to be melted. I'm letting the silver warhammers and the copper crossbows stay, because that's what we're giving our troops. But there's, God, some melting needs to happen here, folks. I guess they're going as fast as they can. Yeah, we have a bunch of melting and then smelting tetrahedrite. And a bunch of melting. So they're doing their best. I mean, there's only 2 smelters. If we had more, they'd probably be going faster. Once we get down to the magma. This is all dug out, which is good. Because that... we're going to have a bunch of dead dwarves to put in here. Or to memorialize, anyway. Let's smooth it all out. Give them something to do. And that, I guess, will be the end of this episode, because while the goblins are outside our gates, there's not much we could do besides hopefully cook as many seeds as possible, grow some crops down in the caverns, and pray. Looks like that's what the majority of the dwarves in our fortress are doing right now. Things have gotten so bad at Lostknowledge that they're all praying. praying for deliverance. And hopefully that deliverance will come. So once again, ladies and gentlemen... Oh, a fey dwarf. Okay, who's that? Barrack Severbin was withdrawing from society. So hopefully Barrack will find what he needs, or she needs, and will create a illustrious artifact, which will no doubt cause the goblins to continue to assault us over and over again. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am Marcus Aurelius. I'd like to once again apologize for being sick and having a especially nasal voice. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.